The following is a work of fiction. The intent is to promote and publicize a work of American fiction. Similarities to real people, places, or events are entirely coincidental.
Welcome to another reading of Henri Edson XIMENEZ. Today is chapter 37, and the title is 7:15. And now, chapter 37, 7:15. April 8th, 1974. Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Bernard Haywood and his nephew, Henri Edson XIMENEZ, have seats in the bleachers to watch the game between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Atlanta Braves. Henry Aaron, number 44 for the home team, has hit 714 home runs over the course of his career, tied for first all-time with the legendary Babe Ruth. Bernard spent 2 weeks' pay for tickets, bus, a motel room, got time off from Memphis, MLGW. Both Henrys in attendance, Lonnie watching from above. As number 44 cracks number 715 and breaks the record. 715. Henry will turn 17 this summer. He will also get a job with MLGW as a security intern. Bernard had married a year earlier, Juanita, originally from Kentucky. She used to sing for a doo-wop band called the Black Sirens. And for the first time, Henry was happy at home. Bernard and Juanita took the place of his parents, with no arguing, bickering. They treated him like the young adult he was. Henry did not want to attend college, and there was no pressure from his step-parents to do so. He wanted to follow the success of Bernard at MLGW. He worked his way up to an assistant security head, made good money, good bonuses, moved out of the house by 19 to a sunny apartment, not far from the old homestead, pretty close to Beale Street. It seems he was given a taste of Stax and Sun records that his father Lonnie once dreamed of when he was that age. In his early 20s, he became a regular at all the great clubs in Memphis: Blues City Cafe, Bandbox, B.B. King Blues Club, Automatic Slims. As the 1970s turned into the 1980s, Henry had worked his way up the ranks of the power company, a top lieutenant in security. Bernard Haywood had retired by then. He and Juanita were still happily settled in the same house, not far from his nephew. By the 1990s, Henry had become head of security at MLGW. He never married. He started following the Memphis Tigers basketball team and would take his uncle to games at the Pyramid, the big NCAA college tournament venue. One night he headed to his uncle's house for a big season opener versus Vanderbilt. But when he arrived, Juanita was in tears. Turns out her mother had passed away in Kentucky. With Juanita and her husband distraught, Henry volunteered to safely drive the family to Louisville for the funeral. The date of the service is November 11, 1997, and the service was to be held at the Church of the Holy Name.
Once again, a standing ovation for Henry Aaron. So the confrontation for the second time. Aaron walked in the second inning. He means the tying run at the plate now. So we'll see what Downing does. Now at the belt, delivers, and he's low, ball one. And that just adds to the pressure. The crowd booing. Downing has to ignore the sound effects and stay a professional and pitch his game. 1 ball and no strikes. Aaron waiting. The outfield deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. For baseball, what a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol. And it is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Aaron, who was met at home plate not only by every member of the Braves, but by his father and mother. He threw his arms around his father, and as he left the home plate area, his mother came running across the grass, threw her arms around his neck, kissed him for all she was worth. As Aaron circled the bases, the Dodgers on the infield shook his hand, and that was a memorable moment. Aaron is being mobbed by photographers. He is holding his right hand high in the air, and for the first time in a long time, that poker face of Aaron shows the tremendous strain and relief of what it must have been like to live with for the past several months. It is over. At 10 minutes after 9 in Atlanta, Georgia, Henry Aaron has eclipsed the mark set by Babe Ruth. You could not, I guess, get two more opposite men. The Babe, big and garrulous and oh so sociable, and oh so immense in all of his appetite. And then the quiet lad out of Mobile, Alabama, slender and stayed slender throughout his career. Ruth, as he put on the poundage and the paunch, the Yankees put their ball players in pinstripe uniforms because it made Ruth look slimmer. But they didn't need pinstripe uniforms for Henry Aaron in the twilight of his career. He looked almost the same as he did when he first came up 20 years ago. And so it was a memorable moment before the game, and now what a sweet moment it is here in the middle of the game. So Henry and the Babe, the two greatest home run hitters that have ever lived. And it's a marvelous, wonderful, enjoyable moment here in Atlanta. We're so happy, too, that it could be seen all over the United States, that it will be duly reported all around the world. And I'm sure films of it will be seen around the world, and you can hear Georgia around the world. Henry Aaron is now at the microphone. saying, I thank God it's all over with. And I'm sure he has thanked God many times that he had to do it to get it all over with.